I know more about computers than most IT people. I taught myself. Yes, that's right. It's time to tape up your glasses, break out the dictionary, and put on your big brains, cause we're doing r/IAmVerySmart. Hey, Wi-Fi down. I don't answer to hey unless you hold a higher degree than me, master's or doctorate. I don't get it. I told Spectrum I was going out and they said storm or tower. I rebooted 3 times tonight and it shows not available. By the way, I am 12 hours away from a master's and don't intend to earn degree. Calling service to come here tomorrow live. Unplugged and CKD all connections. No sale. Here, I'll paraphrase that last text for you. I'm smarter than you and can get a higher degree if I wanted to. And I don't know why the Wi-Fi's down. Easily beats me in a debate? Huh, not a chance. When I was 20, I decided to try my first national debating competition. No experience. I came in 6th in all of Canada. I've been debating for over 30 years since then. Only fools underestimate masters. Likewise, I should be a NASCAR driver. I race people on my daily commute, and never once have I lost. It's like they're not even trying to go faster than me. But this guy is right about one thing. You should never underestimate a Pokemon master. That is abhorrent. To everyone that is sitting there scratching your heads, I got you. Lamau, sorry, my vocabulary sometimes. My English teacher in year 11 told me she had to keep a dictionary beside her when reading my essays. Lol. My guess is that she needed a dictionary because you used a thesaurus on every other word and used the most obscure synonym for each word. And I don't know why you would think that people are just sitting there wondering what a word means when everybody knows how to use Google. Even dum-dums know how to use Google. Argumentum ad hominem. You lost before you even started. Nobody can beat my intellectual argument. They can only attack me. Do you know how much I suffer being surrounded by idiots? It's not easy to be a genius. If you think everybody's an idiot and you don't like to be surrounded by them, I don't think anybody's gonna stop you if you try to exile yourself. What people don't understand is you gotta sit there after watching the movie and think. God gave you a brain, use it. Some dumb critic. The plot of ROTF is so stupid it's impossible to understand. Bayman bad. Me at 4 years old understanding every detail of the plot perfectly. You're messing with things that you don't understand. First off, I like how they chose this name for their group. And secondly, I gotta agree. Just like Nikola Tesla, the Transformers movies were ahead of their time. One day, we'll all learn to love them. I don't read young adult fiction. I prefer Kurt Vonnegut, Philip K. Dick, Joseph Heller, even Larry Niven if in the right mood. I didn't even care for young adult fiction as a young adult. I was reading much heavier stuff then. Le Guin's YA is better than most adult sci-fi. Don't knock it. You might not be reading the right adult sci-fi. I find YA fiction to be a little too on the nose for me personally. It's specifically written to be easier to read with themes that are easier to comprehend. I'm not really knocking it because they help with adult literacy, but not my cup of tea. Huh, yeah, I've totally heard of all of those authors. Okay guys, totally serious time now. I have a confession to make. Turn down the music. Oh, okay, here goes. I'm 69 years old, and I've never learned how to read. I don't even know how to speak English. I don't know any English at all. I'm only fluent in the language of the gods. This is one of my favorite sayings in the language. Blip blop blip blop. There isn't really a direct English translation of that, but it roughly translates to Minecraft is the greatest game of all time. That's a straight mood. Hold on, I have a super cute video of my cat. The best thing I have ever done in lab is being forced to figure out how to separate 4 organic compounds on my own and analyze them and identify them in organic lab in 4 weeks. That's cool, dude, but did you see the cute cat though? You can't ignore a cat that cute. I'll agree with you on that. His approach to the situation, honesty, calmness, all make me think he is responsible with it. Right, a responsible drug addict? I've met the good and the bad. Yup, I'm a responsible user because of my genetic neurochemistry being so strong and resilient to all substances that I've been able to take virtually every single drug in existence and completely keep it hidden from family and friends since I was 15 or 16. I'm just physiologically and neurologically able to handle almost all substance and still act and seem myself, which is called the default mode network, DMN, in our brain, and it is what's responsible for your personality and options. People with genetically weak ones cannot handle certain things and vice versa. Yeah, I don't know if that's how that works. Maybe they just haven't told you that they found out that you're doing hard drugs? Don't have a bookmark? Try using Chex Mix instead. It really works. I don't get it. I thought you were smart. Sorry, I'm busy reading classical Greek and Roman texts, not Reddit memes, so I am not as familiar with them. It's just using Chex Mix as a bookmark. Not really much to get. Stop trying to psychoanalyze everything. Everyday trader. Some of this isn't all that accurate. I am extremely good at picking stocks and timing my exit re-entry in them. There is no gamble. I am a veritable card counter armed with years of experience that there is no substitute for. I suppose it's very tricky and not pain-free, but I highly doubt options are any easier. I'm only thinking about using options as a way to get extra positions in the stock market when the money is tied up elsewhere. So, making money while making money. But personally, I will probably not trade options. It's too meta for me. Short selling is as meta as I'll go. KISS. Keep it stupidly simple. Ah yes, because investing in the stock market is comparable to card counting in blackjack. But he's right, it's not gambling if you have insider knowledge. I don't want to be that guy, but I'm a huge biology nerd and curing cancer is, in theory, impossible to do. Because cancer is your own body going crazy on you, but we can definitely find better treatment. Sorry for being unnecessarily nerdy. Dude, it's a would you rather question. I know fam, just saying it's impossible. Sorry for the bothers. Alright. I would like to think that this guy just brings this up whenever he wants. Okay, your total today comes out to $39.69. Okay, here's 40. You can keep the change. Oh, and by the way, did you know that cancer is theoretically incurable? Bionics. Philosophical conversations are my favorite pastime. This photo brings me to ponder the reforming role of art in our era of electromagnetic configurations. I don't think I've ever heard of this time being called the era of electromagnetic configurations. According to the internet, the actual era that we are living in is the Holocene epoch of the Quaternary period in the Cenozoic era of the Phanerozoic eon. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stick to calling this the modern age. There are few things more potent than someone feeling validated. When a dumb nerd watches a really simple movie like Inception and can follow the plot, they mistakenly believe they are some sort of super genius tactician who is better than everyone. When people play a game like Uncharted and go, wow, it's like a movie, they are inclined to champion it until the end of the world because it makes them feel valid. I should know. I've worked on several critically acclaimed video games, directed one, and am working on one that a publisher I pitched it to called Genius. And my parents still think games are the devil's work and will ruin my immortal soul. I like how he conveniently left out the names of the games that he's worked on. It's almost like he's trying to hide it. And why is he hating on Uncharted? It was a pretty good series of games. A few people have told me I should dumb down my resume to increase my chance of someday getting a job interview. I know that a ton of people, especially dumb girls in HR, resent education and intelligence. I can't get around that. I live in a world designed by and for the dumbest 99%. That said, should I lie and say I didn't go to college? Or if I'm applying for a financial analyst job, which I did for 7 years, should I lie and say I majored in fucking and partying instead of working my ass off to get a BA and MS in chemistry? Smart people don't work well in teams with non-smart people. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. I was in the wrong room for 16 years at J2, but for most of that time my bosses understood that and let me do my own thing. I want to get hired, but I also know that I'll be miserable in a place where everyone but me is severely disabled. Well, if you want to get an interview, let's say for your financial analyst job, maybe don't focus on your chemistry experience, and instead focus on your financial analysis experience. If I'm hiring a dog walker, I don't really care that you've been to Harvard. I just want to know about your experience with dogs. A CS degree is very valuable, it is, but it is very clear to me that many of us are subconsciously mental slaves to institutions of academia. Please note that I am expressly not referring to an individual in particular. Rather, I am pointing out our collective folly. Imagine if one sought a degree for every field with which wants to have some kind of rapport or competence. Ridiculous mattering, smelly nonsense. Okay, that's fair. You don't have to go to a school to learn whatever you want to learn, and you really should exhaust all of your free resources before paying out of pocket to learn whatever you want to learn, unless you want to work in that field and you need a degree to do so, like if you want to be a doctor, for example. But as a general rule of thumb, there's plenty of free courses online for a whole lot of things. Use those before you pay for anything. Hilarious. I sat there with a straight face the entire time. Maybe it's because of my higher intellect? I hate when I can't enjoy content that the average Redditor enjoys. My brain is just too big to understand your normie memes. The only memes I can understand are the Einstein memes from a few years back. I just wish more high IQ people made memes nowadays. And I think that's where we're gonna end this one. Do you feel any smarter now? I know my big brain has grown 6.9% in size. And if you made it this far in the video, thank you and your big brain. And have a good day.